Welcome to the new era of the WWE pay-per-views merging once more to create Backlash. Or, as I like to call it, WWE believing that going ahead and having an alternate month for a brand-exclusive pay-per-view was apparently too much to ask for. It's not like they did in the past. Oh, wait. But besides that, yeah, we are now officially in the new dual-branded pay-per-view era again. And Raw and SmackDown are no longer doing brand exclusives. I'm like, asking for an alternate month was too much to ask for, but every 2 weeks was perfectly okay for them because we got to have the money. So let's get right into it. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. There is virtually no story. I think this is the only reason why they did this was because, holy crap, we forgot Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. We got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We got nothing for them. Okay, let's put them on there. Okay, yeah, okay, good. That's to be a good match. So, yeah, that's the only vibe I got from that match because, let's be real, it's a throwaway match. They realized they need to get 8 matches on the card because 7 matches was apparently asking too much. And there's apparently no logical consistency with this. But yeah, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, part of me just wants them to win because they've been losing constantly and I want them to get some form of momentum. Like, they got a big pop in Montreal, but let's be honest, Vince is going to ignore that and pretend it never existed because it offends him. Really, the only shows that have actual good storylines going on is SmackDown, and even then, that's kind of sad when you think about it. So, yeah, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, they're most likely going to win because, well, Braun Strowman is seriously over, and Bobby Lashley just came back. So, I don't see them having them lose unless it's through cheap means to happen, unless they have a plan for Owens and Sami Zayn, which I highly doubt. Now they get to Daniel Bryan in his first big singles match pay-per-view return against Big Cass, because that's serious. Because once Big Cass returned, they're going to call him Colin Cassidy from what I heard because they want to distance himself from Enzo, but that's next to impossible. They continue having the Big Ass sign twice, and I was thinking when I saw that again, it was like, you know that people are going to snicker at that and want to get more attention to him. You can't come up with anything better than original. Okay. So, yeah, really, this feud is basically very basic, formulaic, but really, Big Cass really did most of the work since Daniel Bryan really didn't do much, other than get his ass handed to him, but still. But Big Cass, he went ahead and actually cut a pretty awesome promo, basically doing something that honestly shocked me in WWE. Wait, are they seriously doing this? On SmackDown of all places, the show that Vince hates with a fiery passion, and they're doing it? They're going to give Big Cass character development? Dun dun dun. Yeah, they gave Big Cass character development. We're 15 minutes with this. Originally, everyone was hoping it would be Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, but something tells me with such a build-up to that, I think they're going to save that for SummerSlam. So they're going to keep this delayed. In fact, I thought Big Cass was going to be revealed to be a new member of the new Miztourage under The Miz's guidance, but nope, they're not doing that. In fact, Big Cass starting to beat the holy hell out of him. So, yeah, Daniel Bryan, yeah, he's going to win. I guarantee it. Mostly because they're trying to keep this big momentum going, but really, Bryan has a chance to give Big Cass the win because Bryan is just that humble. But nonetheless, it's Daniel Bryan. They're going to make a good match out of this. Now let's get to a match that has the potential to be the third match that steals the show. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. This is also a throwaway match because they realize, oh crap, we don't got anything for Roman Reigns after Brock Lesnar. Okay, do we have any opponents that he hasn't beaten yet? We burnt them all out. We did? We got Daniel Bryan. He beat him too. Oh. Um. Yeah, have you noticed something? Besides Lesnar, who else has he really not defeated yet? Like, that's the problem here. I'm not as invested as I probably should be because Roman Reigns beat Samoa Joe and they hammer it in so many times regarding Roman Reigns' track record that, yeah, the tension's just not there as it should be. Even if you have Samoa Joe delivering so many passionate promos, it's not going to matter. In fact, a report came out about why Samoa Joe was moved to SmackDown. They moved him to SmackDown because Roman Reigns was going to be the face of Raw. They seriously moved Samoa Joe over to SmackDown because they want him to be a top guy, but they realized that if they did that, they believe in their eyes they'd be sacrificing Roman Reigns, and Vince can't have that. Because, you know, the concept of multiple stars on one show is foreign to them nowadays. I mean, like, it's not like they took all the main stars from SmackDown once upon a time and brought them over to Raw. Wait. So, yeah. Samoa Joe's only on SmackDown because of Roman's existence on Raw. And that's going to make fans be like, see, I told you Reigns is a blight on humanity. Even though that's really pushing it. But seriously, the fact that there are signs saying Roman's worse than polio, or people wish he got killed, or maimed, or injured, or critically injured to the point that he can't wrestle again, or the steroids accusations were proven true. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they say Samoa Joe can't be his full potential in WWE because Roman Reigns exists. And I would have just said, okay, they'll just put Big Cass in his place if Reigns didn't exist. They'll probably put someone else in his place. It's not rocket science of how Vince works nowadays. So yeah, yeah. Roman Reigns is going to win. I guarantee that. They got to build him up for the eventual Universal title run, which surprisingly did not happen at Greatest Royal Rumble as much as I kind of hoped, mostly because I'm getting sick of Lesnar's mere existence of being a part-timer and lazy SOB, but that's just my opinion. I'm not going to go out and say it's a fact, even though the statistics show that he's not put in any effort as he used to back when he was full-time or early in his part-time, unless it was working with someone he actually liked and actually put the investment in, like Styles. Sadly, that's just my opinion with statistics. Not like that really means anything, right? So yeah, Carmella versus Charlotte. Carmella cashed in her contract. Hooray! At least it wasn't sacrificed for Asuka's streak. That's a good thing. The Iconics with an extra L with an extra I because for some reason legality happened, and all I'm wondering is that how the fuck did they get away with it back in NXT? Is that so foreign to Vince that he forgot that, oh yeah, change the name, we have legality for mainstream audience, but hardcore fans, they can keep it. Yeah, this just really confused me to no end. Like, wait, you mean to tell me that they can be called the Iconic Duo because of a clothing company, which I understand, but at the same time, you had this going on for a long time in NXT. Why was there no threat of legal action then? Because they got mainstream appeal? They got put on mainstream? Like, the only concern I have for the Iconics is I don't want them to be the New Bella Twins. I don't want them to be the New Bella Twins. Because it's seriously annoying seeing the Bella Twins on TV nowadays for me. And I'm like, oh god. Like, and really, I don't know what's going to happen with Nikki Bella in her future with WWE, because Vince might just look at her as completely worthless to him. No offense to Nikki, but like, really think about it. Like, a lot of people were saying that the only reason she was Divas champion was because, oh, we gotta take a shot at Punk because I'm that petty in this world of Vince McMahon. Or two, Cena's been protecting her, which are both have very big reasons for accusations such as these. But the second she passes AJ Lee's record, then she drops it. And she never had a title run since, so is this a vibe going around that Vince just looks at her as, well, fans hate your guts, so we'll piss them off more with this petty reason to get back at CM Punk for leaving. Yeah, that just... And she never won the title since, and she wasn't even put in big matches for the title. So... does Vince no longer see value in her because, well, your usefulness to be petty is gone? We probably could do the Asuka breaking part, but, yeah, we kind of have Ronda Rousey, and, well, let's be honest, she'll kick your ass. We need someone more legit. More royalty-like. So we're going to have Carmella beat Charlotte Flair, even though we have Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair booked for next year. So Carmella is now Women's Champion of SmackDown. She's fun. We're testing the waters with this. So really, I'm glad that Carmella got the big win. But yeah, I'm just expecting, how long is this reign gonna last? Like, is it gonna last long? Is it gonna last quick? Really don't know. But like, if Asuka still won against Charlotte, I mean, like, I kept thinking, like, okay, what if they went ahead and had Carmella on the SmackDown after WrestleMania come in, beat Asuka by cashing in at the Iconic, screwed her over. Imagine the heat she would have gotten. She would have been the most vilified heel next to Roman Reigns. And that would mean I would want her and Roman Reigns to partner up and be a managing duo. Because that would be freaking awesome since even Marie's gone. So yeah. Carmella and Charlotte Flair. Carmella is still raw with talent. She has potential. She's good on the mic. But in terms of wrestling, yeah, let's see if this is a big test to see if this works and a big pay-per-view event for her. Now let's get to a storyline that I wish just dies already. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. A.K.A. We need to body shame her still because this is our ethical standpoint nowadays. We're that far down. Yeah, okay. Why the fuck is this body shaming thing supposed to work? Like, okay, are they trying to make Nia Jax this hero for women who are body shamed? And if so, I can also say that men are also body shamed, but you don't see people acknowledging that, and yet... And like, that led to an uncomfortable episode of Raw for me a little bit, where Roman Reigns, the ultimate good guy, calls Samoa Joe fat, and I'm like, wow, Paul Heyman never said that, and yet, he's supposed to be the villain. Roman, you do realize you're not a heel as much as everyone wishes you be one. So, yeah, and then we get this whole moment of bliss, which, okay, it's not as horrible as the whole Nikki Bella, I never told anyone moments, which sucked because of how cringing it was. But Alexa Bliss's promos always was really tainted with this whole, we gotta body shame Nia Jax because we're that stupid. I'm like, yeah, you had an eating disorder when you were younger, but you worked through it. Look at you. And look at Nia Jax. Like, I'm Vince McMahon, and even though you're best friends in real life, and you had an eating disorder, so you could understand Nia Jax's pain if she was mocked for being different. But we need you to body shame her because Vince has a fetish problem for attractive women in his eyes. Or at least that's my theory. My theory is that creative is just really that stupid. So, yeah, and like, okay, and then they keep bringing up food that she's eating, and I'm like, okay, you are aware you're body shaming Nia, right? By saying she eats a lot because she's big. Is that seriously where we're going with this? Like, I just want this storyline to end. They had like, how many ways they could have went with this? Like, Alexa Bliss, like they could have went with this. Have Nia Jax being told by Alexa that, I can't wait for you to lie down and give me my WrestleMania moment. And then when Nia refuses, Alexa snaps and slaps her hard in the face, leading to Nia just dominating her for 3 minutes, and then boom, women's champion. But no, that would have been making too much sense and not pissing everybody off who have been bullied for looking different. No. We gotta make this more uncomfortable. We gotta add body shaming and give the vibe that cool girl, that attractive girls by society standards don't hang out with those who are big and whatnot. That's virtually impossible in Vince's world. God, I really hate this storyline. Like, I kept thinking, like, okay, Nia and Alexa can't be comfortable with this. They need to have words. Someone Joe needs to have words about what Reigns said. Like, are they being serious that in this audience nowadays, they're really thinking that body shaming is an appropriate idea? In fact, I'm just thinking, like, imagine, since WWE likes to say they cater to kids and cater to family-friendly content, and they're putting body shaming in the story, I'm just thinking, like, okay, how many kids are going to be warped because of this and think that body shaming is okay because, oh, Alexa Bliss, she's attractive and whatnot, because she's skinny and whatnot. Because I wouldn't be surprised if some kids actually start thinking that in this believe everything on TV mentality. So, yeah, it's just so uncomfortable that WWE thinks this is the perfect plan to do Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. It just makes me uncomfortable because I went through that in school, so yeah, the fact that, hey, let's do this angle and piss everybody off for no reason other than our desire to put emphasis on skinny, attractive girls. God. And here's my belief. They're attractive because of how they look. That's subjective to people. Like, whatever. I'm more interested in a girl's personality. You know, that sentence that some people consider forbidden nowadays because, what? You're not interested in their looks? Mentality thing, but I'm getting way into this. I'm digging a rabbit hole. I'm digging a hole for myself. So yeah. I hate this storyline. I hate this whole angle they went with. I really hope Nia and Alexa say something to Vince, like Sasha and Bayley did, and look what happened to them. And really, Vince won't let go of the Alexa Bliss oversaturation, barely. But yeah, I just want them to have words with Vince, like, you're seriously doing this? You seriously think this is a good idea? Now let's get to a match that, honestly, I think is gonna suck. Second worst. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. Still waiting for a heel turn. Really, and waiting for a heel turn from Orton. I really want to see a heel turn. Like, nothing about this feud makes any sense, makes any semblance of care, because really, and I can't believe I have to say this, but Jinder Mahal and Orton make more sense. At least they acknowledge that there was a past story and address the continuity that happened between them. Jeff Hardy and Orton, they haven't brought up their past history, so it makes me say, well, if you're not going to bring up their past history to build this angle, why should we care? Like, you know, continuity, like, you clearly know it exists in your world, but apparently Jinder Mahal is the only guy that gets it. And Jeff Hardy, I saw the Jinder Mahal Jeff Hardy match. I refuse to talk about it, mostly for that horrible mistake that happened. Oh, God. I'm like, okay, I could just rant forever on that, but, like, I would be more pissed if this was entirely animated and they actually did make a horrible mistake and did not correct it, even though they could. You know, like that one anime movie that some reviewer on the internet did with Sage. I refuse to say his name because if I talk about the controversy, I'll be pissed off and mad for a variety of reasons. But yeah, I that's as far as I'm going with the whole issue on a certain critics' reviewers response stuff. Yeah. Moving on from that. So yeah, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, I don't see it working. Mostly because Orton doesn't seem to be interested. Like, I just keep thinking like, okay, it feels like he's just on autopilot. Like, oh god, I've made my millions. I've already done everything I probably could do in this business. Can I please leave now? I just get that vibe like he's just on autopilot. Like, yeah, I'll show up for work. I'll do my job. But come on, I'm getting tired of this. I've been doing this for so long, and I'm still feeling young. I still look young for people. Yeah, and I believe it was said in numerous interviews, Orton has said that he's never brought out his best. And all I'm thinking is, wow, you should not have said that. Now I think you're just being lazy like Lesnar, except you're being full-time, so I can't say that entirely true. But, I like Orton. I like Jeff Hardy. But I don't think this match is going to be really good. I could be wrong. I hope I am. But really, Seth Rollins and The Miz have more of a shot. So yeah, Seth Rollins and The Miz. There has been no build-up for this other than their one interaction on Raw before the Superstar shakeup. Yeah. And let's be honest, Seth Rollins is guaranteed to win. Like, unless they add a Raw Superstar at the last second to be added to the U.S. title match, yeah, Seth Rollins is walking away with the win. And it really sucks too, honestly, because I want to see Miz with the title again, and especially address and bring that up into the story between Daniel Bryan when they get around to it at SummerSlam, most likely, because really, that's the title Bryan had before he left the first time. They could make that work. But that would mean logic and continuity, and therefore WWE would have to backtrack to see all the story potential here, and that will hurt Vince's brain if he tries to remember such important details. Let's slip the dogs a bit logic! But yeah, they haven't even brought this whole feud up. The commentators have been doing it. It's like, oh, let's get this over with. Yeah, and yeah, that's basically it. Seth Rollins and Miz, they have a story that could have happened, but really just didn't happen. Now let's get to what it should be, and most likely will be, because a certain part-timer is not wanting to show up unless he's given an extra $2 million. Oh, wait, correction. If he wrestles, he will be given $600,000 and $100,000 just to show up. So yeah, $700,000 please for every appearance I make and wrestle. AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One, versus the King of Low Blows, Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh my gosh, Shinsuke is so freaking awesome. Okay, I knew I had doubts, like I still do, with how they'll work with this long term, but right now it's just golden. They changed his theme song, and I was like, classic heel move. Everyone knows that the song is too catchy for fans to sing with, so yeah, give it lyrics. Best way to piss fans off. Also, Shinsuke Nakamura's facial expressions are just hilarious. And yeah, for some reason he also has a developing fetish for low blows. I am going to assume it's because he watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged and the numerous kick in the you-know-where to Vegeta that happened a lot in the Team 4-Star movies they did. That's my only theory. And yeah, I do love that they brought in the club involved in this angle, because really we need personal storytelling to happen. And like, I want Shinsuke to win. I really do. I want this match to be Shinsuke's night. It's a no DQ match, so we get all the low blows in the world. So Styles gets to bring his cup. Yeah, and in fact, I'm surprised I'd be surprised if he was still able to produce more children. I think 3 is enough for him, but still. So yeah, Styles and Nakamura, yeah, they're going to steal the show. Especially under no DQ stipulations. They have to steal the show. They need to find a way to let them go all out in this no DQ match to top Wrestle Kingdom 12. And I will plan to hopefully talk about that before Backlash. But yeah, I want to see an awesome match. A match of the year quality bout. I don't know about 5-star, though, by Dave Meltzer. That's going to be debatable. He didn't even give a 5-star to Wrestle Kingdom, so anything's possible. But yeah, Styles and Nakamura have been so fun in this feud. Like, Nakamura especially with his new music, which is awesome. His over-the-top eccentric facial expressions, more so. And no racism. Thank God for that. Like the Jinder Mahal promos that happened. But that's beside the point. And Nakamura acting all cartoony and all anime villain-like. Like, and whatnot. Like, I'm expecting him to eventually turn into an anime villain. That would be pretty awesome. I mean, like, yeah, and the fact that he's become the king of low blows now is saying something. Yeah, I refuse to call him con artist, even though it could, but really he's become the king of low blows. Like, how many low blows did he do to Styles? Okay, 5 times in 5 weeks. No, wait. 6, I think. You gotta count the Greatest Royal Rumble. And if you want, count 7 if you want to count the house show that happened between them. But yeah, Nakamura is just so awesome. I really hope they move forward with this heel run for a long while and hopefully not make it suck. In fact, he'd be the perfect foil for Rusev, since they're teasing they're going to destroy Rusev Day now. Anyways, but yeah, I would like to see Rusev and Nakamura fight, do a double turn there, and then Rusev Day can finally flourish as a good guy, because everyone wants to see that. And plus, he still has a storyline with Nakamura to an extent. He will defend his Aiden's honor and his vocal cords. And probably his cojones, mostly because it'll be low blowed for that as collateral damage. So yeah, yeah. That's gonna turn into, that's gonna be his new character trait for Nakamura. Kick people, low blow people in the area, in the groin. Like Giant O'Neil's falling down thing they're gonna try and do, which is gonna suck most likely because they can't really know how to work a meme right unless it happens organically, and Vince hates that term and anything that has to do with it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was eating artificial foods now, considering it would be organic. Therefore, it would remind him of Rusev Day and anything else that got popular. So yeah. Styles and Nakamura, they're gonna kick ass, take names, and hopefully steal the show. I'm like, Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe have a chance because Roman Reigns is still Vince's favorite, but still. Styles and Nakamura have a chance. Plus, they're the world title match. They have to end the show. This time. They should have done it at WrestleMania, but they said that would have been too interesting. So, yeah, Backlash is this coming Sunday. I want to say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm mostly cringing for the Nia Jax Alexa Bliss match, aka we gotta do a body shaming angle because that's the only way I see how that works in Vince's world. Jeff Hardy and Orton, Carmella and Charlotte Flair. And I don't really care for Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Cammy or Sammy and Kevin Owens because there is no story there for me to care other than, oh, it's my favorite guys fighting. But wait, what's the story? I mean, like, really, there's really no story. Like, just 4 awesome wrestlers who were very talented, but I want a story out of this. So, yeah, those were my thoughts on the WWE Backlash 2018 build-up. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to for more.